呪術廻戦
Okay, let's read chapter 93 of Jujutsu Kaisen, continuing with the Shibuya Jihen, now Juichi, part 11, the Shibuya incident or the strange incident. This is pretty much a recap of how the previous chapter ended, so let's just read it. Itadori karoshichao. This is Mahito speaking. He's saying, let's kill Itadori. Daijoubu, Sukuna nante inaku tatte, ore tachi nara katteru sa. It'll be fine. Sukuna or whatever not existing. If Sukuna's not there, if it's us, it's winning. We'll win. So the idea was they're overwatching this prison cube that has Gojo in it. They know that something was spying on them, and they had just made it clear that they couldn't move for a while until this thing was done processing Gojo. And so they know everyone's coming. And basically they're saying like, they wanted to keep Itadori alive because, right, he's Sukuna's vessel. And the whole idea was they were going to resuscitate Sukuna to bring in a whole era of sorcery and cursed spirits. And then Mahito's just like, let's kill Itadori, right? It'll be fine. Even if we don't have Sukuna, again, like if it's us, we'll win. Honki ka? The true intent, like, are you serious? Maji, which means serious. Honki to kaite o maji sa. Honki written with big seriousness. So again, honki means like true spirit or true intent. It's just another way to say, like, are you being serious? So, maji. Writing honki with big seriousness. Okay. 100年後の荒野で笑うのは washi de aru hitsuyo wa nai. Okay, I guess this is Jogo thinking. He's saying, as for the one laughing or smiling wildly 100 years later, Kolyade, or in the wasteland. What does Kolya here mean? Wasteland? Yeah. Yeah, so as for the one smiling or laughing 100 years later in the wasteland, meaning like because the spirits have come back and everything, it being me, necessity does not exist. So it doesn't need to be me who's the one laughing 100 years later in the plains, in the wasteland. Noroi ga hito toshite tatte ireba sore de ii. Curses as humans standing tatte ireba. I guess like if they're standing as the humans, that is good. It's been a while since we heard them on that discussion, but there's this whole concept that the curses should actually be the humans. And anyway, whatever. Or should be the people. Tate. Yeah, I guess that's just standing. If the curses being the one, if it's the curses being the one standing as the humans, then that is good. Or as the people. With that, that's good. So, okay. Sukuna wa mikata de wa nai. As for Sukuna, as for being an ally, does not exist. So he's not an ally. Sukuna is not an ally. Fukatsu shita koto de warera ga o risku no hou ga ooki kamoshiren. With the event of doing resuscitation or revitalization, that is of Sukuna, we losing risk direction is big, probably. Actually, it's not That's not oh to lose. Maybe like to bear a burden, to take responsibility for. Yeah. Anyway, it's like we're the ones that bear the direction of the risk, a big one probably. Daga, however, スクナが復活すれば確実に呪いの時代が来る. However, Sukuna, if resurrection is done, certainly Curse's era will come. Okay, so he's basically saying like we might bear a burden of risk because if we revitalize or resuscitate Sukuna, because he's not necessarily an ally, but it is accurate or certain that if he does revive, that the era of curses will come or will arrive. わしらは今の人間どもとは違うのだ. As for us, now, as for with today's humans, we're different. As for us, we're differing from today's humans. 死すら恐れず、目的のために裏表のない道を歩む. Oh boy. Without fearing and dying and without, or I guess without fearing death or without fearing dying, for the purposes of the objective or aim or goal. Ura omote no nai. Ura omote, is that like ulterior motive or hidden agenda? Yeah, it means both sides, like the underneath and the top side. But there is this meaning of like double dealing, two faces. Yeah. Two faces not existing. Walking a path. So like we're walking the road, walking a path without having two faces, without like an ulterior motive, for the purposes of our goal, and without fear of dying, I guess. それが偽物どもにはない呪いの真髄だ. 真髄 is adoration? No. Oh, shinzui. True meaning. Oh, right, the quintessence. So that, walking the path and blah, 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 that, as for with false ones not existing, curses true meaning. Yeah. So like that is the true essence of the curse that the false ones don't have. Meaning, if the false ones is his term for humans. Again, this idea that they're like the imposters that have taken over the world when it should be the curses. Anyway. Chigao sho. It's different, right? This is like chigao desho. So, like, it's a way to say, no, that's not right. Jiku. Jiku ga bureyo to ikkansei ga nakaro to. Jiku. Axis. Oh, they're using words that I vaguely recall they used like many books ago, and now I've lost like the beat on how they're using these words. Bureyo. Is this supposed to be Jiku ga bureyo to ikkansei ga nakaro? I have no idea here. Ikanse. Consistency. Okay, so if try to behave like the axis or the shaft, or if not becoming consistent. Okay, the English went with even if we lose our way or are inconsistent. Yeah, so that's right. They're taking jiku gabure as losing one's way. Is this an expression maybe that I missed? If it is, I'm not finding it. Okay, well anyway, that's what. So if not being consistent, or I guess again if behaving like the axle, if losing one's way, as the English said, いつわりなく欲求の赴くままに行動する。いつわりなく, which is, I guess, with like without lie, without falsehood. 欲求, desires of 赴, desires of 赴くまま. I guess we'll do proceeding, we'll do operation or movement as they are moving in the direction of desires. Okay. I guess we had to get heavily philosophical here. それが俺たち呪いだ. That is like we curses. That's us as curses. And the English here went with, we undoubtedly live according to our desires. So like do operation in the direction of desires without falsehood, without fabrication. Okay. That's mostly consistent. 違うって言ったのは呪いのあり方で. Well, as for the one that said it's different, 違うって, which was Mahito, 違う. As for the one saying 違う, it's the curse's way of existing. Arikata, yeah, it's just way of existing. The way something ought to be. But it can also mean the current state of things, how things are. Oh, this is, as for the thing that said it's different, as for the thing that I was saying was different, it's the way of living or the way of the current state of things for curses. 復活案自体はありだと思っているよ. The resuscitation plan 自体. The resuscitation plan itself, as for that, it exists, I'm thinking, like it's viable, we can do it. Jogo to araso ki mo nai. So Mahito is saying, with Jogo, that's him, quarreling intent also does not exist. So like, I also have no intent to quarrel or fight with Jogo. だからゲームをしようよ. So therefore, like, let's do a game. Okay, so I guess they're not really coming to an agreement here on their philosophy of reviving Sukuna. So Mahito is saying, like, not intending to quarrel, So let's play a game. 俺が先にイタロリとエンカウンタしたらやつを殺す。I, ahead, with Itarori, if do encounter, will kill that guy. So basically, if I encounter Itarori first, I'll kill him. Jogo ga saki nara. Jogo, if ahead or if encountering first, yubi o sashidashite sukuna ni chikara o modoseba ii. Jogo, if ahead, the fingers sashidasu, to put out, to present, submit, tender, to sukuna, and power if returning, that's good. Okay, so remember, they stole back a bunch of Sukuna's fingers, I think, that were being held at the technical school. So that's what he's talking about, presenting the fingers to Sukuna, and if you're returning the power, that's good. So again, Mahito finds first, he kills Itarori. If Jogo finds him first, present the fingers and presenting the power, or returning the power. And this dude, whose name I forgot because he doesn't matter, Ore ga saki nara ore ga yaru. And me, if I'm ahead, if I'm first, I'll do him in. I'll kill him. Ina, is that good? Oi, hey. So that's Jogo. Like, hey. Oh, Choso mo sanka suru. Oh, Choso, is that his name? Oh, Choso also will do participation. So you're going to play too, Choso? Okay, Choso. Mochiron iyo. Of course, that's fine. Come on down. Yeah, of course, that's fine. Geto wa dochira ka to ieba jogo ha daro. As for Geto, which side? If, say, it's Jogo's clique or faction, right? So basically, Mahito's saying it's like, well, what about you, Geto? Which one it is? If I had to say which one it is, it's Jogo's side, his clique, his faction, right? Do suru, how do? What are you going to do? Watashi wa gokumonkyou o mite inai to ikenai. So we get a double negative here. As for me, the Hell Gate boundary must watch, must look at. So if I don't do that, it can't go. Again, double negative, I'm meaning I must watch it, must look at it. Enryo sasete morao ze. Morao yo. I guess being allowed restraint. Being allowed restraint will receive. Will receive being allowed to, like, I guess, pass. Enryo usually means restraint. Like, usually it's like enryo naku, without reservation. So it also means, like, what was it? Diffidence. In other words, like count me out. Will receive being allowed to be counted out, that type of thing. He gets kind of a strange eye from Mahito here, I guess. Suki ni suru to ii. Doing as liking is good. So it's fine if you do whatever you like. Watashi no totte sukuna wa gokumonkyou ga shippai shita toki no daian ni suginai. Okay. For me, as for Sukuna, the Hell's Gate boundary, which again is the cube that Gojo is a prisoner in, the Hell Gate boundary, the time of doing failures, Dion plan, alternate plan, it's nothing more than. Okay, so he's saying Sukuna is nothing more than an alternate plan, basically for the time of failure of the Hell's Gate boundary thing. Bakabakashi jutsushi tachi wa itarori mo fukume. Okay, so bakabakashi is just being like stupid. Bakabakashi. I guess maybe as for the foolish, this is modifying the jutsu shitachi. As for the foolish, okay, there's two ways to take this. He could be saying bakabakashi, like you're an idiot. Or he could be saying bakabakashi jutsu shitachi, which is the as for the idiot or foolish sorcerers. Either way, he's calling someone an idiot, and he's saying as for the sorcerers, including Itarori, Mina gojo tasuke ni koko ni mukatte kuru. All of them, to save Gojo, are coming and heading towards this place, B5F. Naraba koko de matebai. If that's the case, then in this place, if waiting is good. So this is Jogo saying this, like, if that's the case, then we should wait here. Geimu ni naran. It like does not become a game. Like it's not a game. Anyway, it does not become a game. Meanwhile, they're running off and we get yoi don. Like ready and go. And I guess that's supposed to be, yeah, Mahito just transformed a human on the way out. I think that's what's supposed to be.
Hello there.
Hello there. As he was heading out, he touched someone over here and like turned them into a monster. Matanka. Matanka. I guess that's like, will you not wait? Anyway, you get a little bit of a smile. Jure no hou ga kimi tachi yori riko da na. The direction of cursed spirits, more than you guys, clever it is, isn't it? So like the cursed spirits are smarter than you guys? Who's he talking about, Kimitachi? Is he talking to Gojo? Riko is just clever, shrewd, smart. Or was he talking to them? Okay. We get someone from the crowd here. Is it these saying kaase, return, like give back? Ah, okay, so it is those two. Oh, watashi tachi wa omae ni kyōryoku shi saru domo o otoshi tsuzuketa. So these two were allies or friends of Geto, like the actual Geto. As for us, to you doing cooperation and continued to drop the non-sorcerers. So the kanji is non-sorcerer people or non-sorcerers. The kana, say sarudomo, monkey people, or the monkeys. So as for us, we cooperated with you in continuing to take out the monkeys. Yakusoku dori Geto sama no karada o kaese. Yeah. So according to promise, Lord Geto's body, return it, give it back. So they know it's not really him in there, and they're whatever. Now, again, we get karada here, meaning body, but it's like nikutai, which is like the physical flesh body. Geto sama o kore ijo mote asobu na. Mote asobu. It's got a sobu in it. So Lord Geto, more than this, don't like play. Don't play with Lord Geto more than this. Mote asobu. Yeah, to play with, to toy with, fiddle with. But it's a negative command. Don't do that. Don't play, toy, fiddle with Lord Geto anymore in addition. Kaosu ga nai daro. A reason for returning doesn't exist, right? Like, there's no reason for me to give him back. Kimi tachi no atama made karapo ni shita oboe wa nai daga na? Daga ne? Your guys's, up until your guys's head, making empty, not remembering. Like, I don't remember making your guys's head empty. You know? Tsugi, jutsushi to yakusoku suru toki wa shibari de aru koto o meikaku ni suru nda na. I guess like next time with a sorcerer, ask for the time of doing a promise. With a shibari, with a binding, that existing event, meikaku. Do that clearly. Do that clearly. So basically he's saying, next time you make a deal, a promise with a sorcerer, do it clearly as the event of being a binding. So in other words, he's saying, screw you. To which they realize, Kiero, vanish, get out of here. Soretomo kono nikutai ni koroshite hoshii ka? Or by this body, by this flesh body, killing wanted? Like, do you want to be killed? Do you want to be killed by this body? Kokai suru zo. Will do regret soon. Kokai ka? Regret. Sate, donna aji datta kana? Well, what kind of taste was it again, I wonder? What did that taste like, I wonder? Meaning regret. He's looking at the prison gate cube thing. Okay. Nanamin! Back to the surface where Itadori is screaming out, Nanamin! Nanamin! Nananananamin! Oi! Oite! Hey! I said hey! Bish! Smacks him. Fushiguro! Nanamin! Dare! So Fushiguro, Nanamin, and who? So, no. That's Fushiguro. Same guy right there. Nanami and Dade. Who's that? Nanamin te maji de Nanami-san no koto datta nda na? So the thing called Nanamin, truly, Mr. Nanami, it was that event, huh? So that really was Nanami. Again, that's Itadori's like pet name for Nanami, calling him Nanamin. Sako kuriniku. Sakoku? Sako kuriniku. Oh, that's like Sako clinic. Kuriniku. Yeah, this is like surgery, allergies. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. skin something. Geto-san ga. So Mr. Geto is the one? Okay, so they're catching up everyone on this stuff. 正確に言うと、ゲト姿の裏にいる何者かだ? Okay, so accurately, if saying it accurately, oh boy, somebody existing inside Geto's shape, it is. That's the way to take that one. Ura. Ura is a little bit of a different kanji than normal there. I don't know. Let's look that up real quick. I'm curious what, that's not the normal kanji for Ura. I'm sure it's just a different, I think it's actually that radical. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, Ura, reverse, inside. It's got the same meaning as the other Ura. Okay, anyway. Okay, oh, I guess this is, yeah. So notice the statement there ends in a katakana instead of a hiragana. So this is Mekamaru talking from the communication device. You can tell again, because, well, we don't see it there. Ima, Shibuya eki kounai wa masani fukumaden. Right now, as for the inside of Shibuya Station, kounai is like the grounds, the premises. Yeah. Right now, as for the premises or the grounds of the Shibuya Station, it is truly masani, surely, or on the verge of Fukumaden. Fukumaden. An abode of demons, a pandemonium, a hotbed. Okay. It's on the verge of that. And this is Mekamaru continuing to talk. Tokkyu to soitsura ga tsurete kita jurei. So the special levels and those guys, and the cursed spirits came and brought. Tokkyu to soitsura ga tsurete kita jurei. Wait. Geto no iki no kakata jusoshi. Yeah, okay. So the cursed spirits brought along by, like, I guess those guys and the special levels, and the cursed users that brought to breath by Geto, or Geto's breath brought to life. Geto? Yeah, Geto. And soste Kaizo ningen to ippanjin, and in addition, the transformed humans of the general people. Tashikani. Oh, I guess that's just why he's saying it's a hotbed of demons, why it's a fukumaden. You've got all these things happening. Tashikani sore nara chikatetsu no tonariaki kara semeta hou ga hayai. Certainly, if that's the case, if it's that thing, the underground metro, the underground rails from the neighboring station of the underground rails, the semeta direction is fast. Semete. I guess the attacking direction is fast from the neighboring directions of the underground rails. And we saw this map previously. This is just the neighboring stations for Shibuya Eki, the station for Shibuya. So we won't reread those. だが、そのためには、まず、帳を解かなければ. However, as for to that purpose, meaning to be able to attack from the underground, first, the curtain must dissolve. And again, implied double negative. If we don't dissolve, deactivate the curtain first, ... we can't do it. Implied. 緊急事態だ。マルチタスク oh, multitask. マルチタスクで頼む。緊急, I guess like urgent emergency circumstance it is. Please multitask. ... しのごの言ってる場合ではないか? As for it being the case of saying 4 or 5, it does not exist. So this is not the case or the time for saying 4 or 5. This is some sort of expression. Shi no go no iu is to grumble about something trivial. So speaking about 4 or 5. So this is not the case or the time for grumbling about trivialness. Or grumbling about something trivial. 私でしか通らない要請がいくつかある. This is Nanami talking. He says watashi, but the kanji are for ikkyu, which is like a first level, meaning first level sorcerer. So just with me, or just with a first level sorcerer, I guess like passing or moving forward, you'll say appeal, request. How many of them exist? Several exist. Several things exist. Several requests exists that I guess like only, I guess, would this apply? That only go by that only are coherent, are reasonable, understandable. There's something about that there. Maybe like there's basically several things exist that are several types of requests exist that are only for like a first level for me, someone like me. 外に出て、イジチ君とそれらをすべて済ませてきます。Going outside with Ijichi-kun, that's one of the overseers, and will come and finish everything of them. What? Oh, sorera. He's talking about the yosei that exist. So he's saying like, I'm going to go outside with Ichichi-kun and we'll go and finish off all of those things. The ikutsuka aru. The yosei ga itsuka karu. The ikutsuka. Yeah. 3人には, as for to the 3 people, so meaning as for you 3, 3人には, その間に, during that time, during that period, 術師を入れない扉を解いてほしい, wanting the deactivation of the sorcerers can't enter curtain. So basically, in the meantime, I want you three guys to deactivate the curtain that doesn't let sorcerers inside. Ino-kun. Is that this guy? Ino-kun. Suta. Kusakabe-san ya genin tokubetsu ikkyu jutsushi mo kono tobira nai ni iru hazu desu. Okay. So Nanami is talking to Ino-kun and saying, Mr. Kusakabe and the special level first. Oh, the Zenin family special first level sorcerer also inside this curtain existing ought to be. So he's saying those two people ought to be inside the curtain. Do we know, I vaguely recall, there's a Zenin Tokubetsu Ikkyu Jutsushi? I think I do remember seeing that person. Okay, so Goryu de, with joining forces, kita baai genjo o tsutaete kyōryoku o oide kudasai. That's aoide. To look up, to ask for, to turn to someone. So with joining forces, oh no, dekita. Goryu dekita bai. In the case of being able to join forces, in the case or basically like when you're able to join forces, the present condition explain and please, like, I guess, request cooperation. Okay. Ano ogoe mo tetsu wa deiru kamo. So with that shout already probably like transmitted. So this is just Ino saying like basically Itadori when he was yelling with that ogoe, with that loud voice, that they probably already heard it. Ryokai, understood. Sorekara, and then after that, futari o tanomimasu. I guess like I entrust the two people, meaning like I entrust the other two, Ushiguro and Itadori, like take care of them. Hai, okay. All right. Ino-san, Mr. Ino, Nanami-san ni tayorarechatta. Jin. I guess like being relied on by Mr. Nanami. So Mr. Nanami is relying on me, but kind of in the passive. Like I'm being relied on by Mr. Nanami. Omaera, you guys. Ninmu no mae ni koto no judaisa o oshiete yaru daishite. Daishite. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Before the duty, things, seriousness will do the favor of teaching or telling. Daishite. And like daisuru to make it a topic. To be titled. Oh, okay. I guess like he's giving it a title. So I'm gonna do the favor, you guys. I'm gonna do you the favor of telling you the gravity of the situation, the seriousness of the situation before the mission, named, and I'm giving it the name. Gojo-san ga inakunatte komaru futatsu no koto. So that's why it's in quotation marks. Mr. Gojo. Becoming nothing, bad, being in a bad spot, two thing events. So there are two things that put us in a bad spot if Mr. Gojo goes away. Hitotsu, number 1. Gojo ke no shitsui. The Gojo family's loss of tsui. Shitsui. Fall. Abasement. The fall of the house of Usher. The fall of the house of Gojo. That's number 1. Oh my gosh. Okay, buckle in. Hold on, where are we with this chapter? Oh my god. Yeah, we got another 20 minutes with this chapter, if we're lucky. Gojo ke wa Gojo Satoru no one-man chimu. Yeah, one-man chimu. As for the Gojo family, it's the Gojo Satoru one-man team. And there we go. Gojo ke, the Gojo family. Gojo-san ga kikasete ita yuzu wagamama de Mr. Gojo kikasete ita, like effective. Kikasete. Yeah, effectiveness. No. Kikaseru means to be seasoned or to be enlivened. I guess Mr. Gojo is like seasoned, meaning like he's been through a lot of stuff. Yuzu is seasoned. Yuzu. Flexibility. Mr. Gojo's seasoned flexibility. And then he says wagamama, which is like selfishness or egotistically. Through that, sukuwarete ta jutsushi ga kazu o kuiru. The saved or rescued sorcerers, the number is large. The number is being large for the number of sorcerers saved that he has saved, I guess. Itadori, omae mo sono hitori nan janai ka? So Itadori, you also one of those people, like, aren't you? Tsune, like, that's right. Karuina, that's light. Like, light as in like, he responds so like, yep. Souyo renchu ga mina komatta-san ni natte shimai. Those sorts of colleagues or group, everyone into like troubled people becoming. Souyo renchu mina komatta-san ni natte shimai. Yeah, komatta-san here, he's adding the polite suffix, meaning like to talk about like people. They're going to be people that are all of them in a bad spot. They're going to become that. Those types of people, those types of groups, I guess. Saiyaku kisareru. In the worst case, will be made to vanish. Kisareru. Soshite sono ni. Okay, I guess that was the end of his idea. So in the worst case, I guess like the people that got in trouble, all the people that he's like saved in the past, like they're going to get into trouble again or something like that. And in the worst case, they're going to vanish. They're going to go away. Okay, so then soshite sono ni. And so then number 2. Hey Dro, how's it going? Thank you for the hydrate 50 minutes into this nightmare of a chapter. Number 2, sono ni. Power baransu no houkai. The crumbling of the balance of power. Gojo Satoru ga iru kara toyu ryu de otonashiku shiteta. Because Gojo Satoru exists, that's sort of with that sort of a reason. I guess like otonashiku shite, it's calm, it's composed. Maybe he's talking about the balance of power. The balance of power is otonashiku because of the existence of Gojo Satoru. Hey, Foxy Moron, how's it going? Jusoshi Jurei tachi ga issei ni ukokitasu. Cursed users and cursed spirits, issei ni ugokidasu, they will begin to move like all at once. Issei, yeah, simultaneously all at once. So again, the crumbling of the balance of power. With Gojo not around, cursed spirits and cursed users will begin to move simultaneously. Sono ichide, with that first issue, with the first thing that he described, uchiwa ga gotatsuiteru toki. Uchiwa, the inside ring, the inner ring. Yeah, the inside, the family circle. The inner ring, it'll be a time of gotatsuku. Gotatsuku. To be confused. So with number 1, which is the collapse of the house of Gojo, it will be a time of the inner circle being in a state of confusion or disorder. Sono ni no yatsura to, with those guys of number 2, which I guess means everyone that's who's making their move. With those guys of that number 2, Puchi senso nante okotte miro makeru ze. Some sort of battle, a Puchi senso. Puchi. Puchi can mean small. So like a small war starting to happen or trying to happen, it will lose. Okay, so to. So with those guys from number 2, if try to start like a small war or something with those guys from number 2, like we will lose. Makeru ze. Ore to Nanami-san wa so yonderu. As for me and Mr. Nanami, that way are reading. So we're reading the situation that way. Maketara do naru? And if lose, how will it become? So he's asking them, what's going to happen if we lose? Sukunakotomo Nihon de wa ningen no jidai ga owaru kamoshiranai desu ne? So Fushiguro answers that the era of humans will probably be finished. It will probably be the end of it, right? Wakatten jane ka? You're understanding, aren't you? You got it, don't you? Ikuze, let's go. Kohai chanzu. All right, let's go, my younglings. And he calls them kohai, which again is sort of like your subordinates, someone who's younger to you. And he calls them kohai-chan. And he adds zu as like an English plural. So that's supposed to be like chans. Let's go, my kohai-chans. Nanami-san ga modoru mae ni tobari o bukkowasu. Have I been saying tobira? I may have been saying tobira. Tobari. Mr. Nanami, before returning, let's destroy knock the snot out of bu kowasu, that tobari, that curtain. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank God for the double splash page. Here we go. Are we ready? Gojo Satoru wo tasukeru zo. So we must save, or we will save Gojo Satoru. And here we go. We got all the bad guys. I guess the bad guys are over here. Here's all the good guys. And Gojo there in the Gokumonkyo. Dun dun dun. This is not the end of the chapter. Okay. We're introducing more bad guys. This is where this is headed. Because, of course, it's not going to be easy, right? Okay, someone is like doing some prayer beads. We see jara jara. That's the sound of like shaking the prayer beads. Awasaka ya kikoeta ka? So Awasaka, able to hear? Were you able to hear Awasaka? I guess that's a name. Isn't that, yeah. Gojo sensei ga fuin sareta. So yeah, were you able to hear it, Awasaka? That was what Itarori was yelling. Teacher Gojo, sealing been done. Tekigata ni joho ga moretoru. To the enemy side, information being leaked. So the information has gotten out to the opponent's side. Ijane ka ogami baba. Okay, that's fine, isn't it? Ogami hag. Baba means like old lady, and I don't think Ogami is just a family name. Yeah, it does mean technically like God, but that's not really. Although, that's why, okay, whoever this is, let's just spoil Ogami Baba. Again, Baba means like old lady, like Oni Baba. But Ogamu means to pray. So Ogami is like praying old lady. I mean, it could be her name, Ogami, but they're calling her that because I guess she does this. Anyway, ore wa yoyaku jikan waite kita ze. As for me, finally, the true feelings have come to be boiling up. Is this an expression? Yeah. Jikan is real feelings, and waite kita is to come like flowing up or welling up. So as for me, finally, true feelings have come welling up. Maji de fuin saretan da na, Gojo Satoru. Truly, sealing been done, Gojo Satoru. Koufun shite kita ze. It's come to have been koufun. Which is just like, yeah, exciting. Okay, we've seen these. These were related to the curtains, the tobari. All right, so here's what we got. I think we've seen this guy before. He looks kind of familiar. These two are new. There's those things. There's the Ogami Baba. So there we go. Introduction to more people. これからどうなっちまうのかな日本 この国は So from now on, how will it become, I wonder, as for this country, as for Japan? So like, what's going to happen to Japan now? 何も変わらん Nothing change. Nothing will change. 呪い、呪われ、死ぬだけよ Curse and be cursed and just dying. I guess like, yeah, curse, be cursed, and will just die. It's not clear if she's talking about what will happen to people, what will happen to the country, or whatever. But there we go. That is finally at the 1 hour mark. That is finally the end of this chapter. And yet again, Jujutsu Kaisen has swallowed up all the time. There you go. Some reminder, apparently Futago twins. Oh, I guess you can read about them more in Volume 0. Anyway, that is the end finally. Chapter 93. Next time, 94. Still continuing. Ever continuing with this series next time.